I am going all out Kitschmas today. Welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. This is the Mischief and Mistletoe collaboration hosted by Traci of Traci Vanover Designs, formerly Ephemera. I'm up to some mischief with my buddies Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling and Martina of the Holiday Workshop. We've joined together to bring you some cool Christmas crafts using digital printables from Traci's fabulous Etsy shop. I will have links to everyone's channels, the playlist, as well as Traci's Etsy shop in the description box below. Let's take a look at what she's got going. You may remember that Dawn and I did a collaboration with Traci for Halloween. Well, now it's all about Christmas. And just look at some of this stuff. I mean, there is something for everyone. You cannot beat it. If you're into farmhouse, vintage, mid-century modern, Traci's got you covered. Here are a few things I snagged for myself. You'll be seeing these snowmen in an upcoming project. And I used a piece or two from this particular set. All that information will be below in the description box for you. Okay? I've gone full kitsch today, so let's get into it. My first project is a nod to the 1982 Waitress's Christmas classic, Christmas wrapping. After I downloaded all of my goodies from Traci Vanover Designs, I printed this red and green retro pattern on an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of white cardstock. Depending on your printer, you may have a white border like me, but I'm not going to worry about that. So to create the box, I'll score all four sides of my paper at 1 inch on the blank side. That's important because we want all the folds to fold in onto the blank side. To create the spine of the box, I'm going to score at 5 inches and again at 6 inches. I always run my bone tool down the crease a couple times just to make it more defined, easier to fold. To create the window, I keep my paper lengthwise and score at 1 3/4 inches and then again at 4 1/4 inches. I turn the paper to the short side and score again at 1 3/4 inches and this time at 6 1/4 inches. This will give us a 3/4 inch border around the window. And now I'll cut at the cross sections of the lines. This is going to center our window for us and give us a nice rectangular shape. I'm hitting the edges of the paper with Vintage Photo Distressing Ink by Tim Holtz. This is why I didn't really worry about those white lines because I'm going to grunge them up. Next, I fold all of my score marks. I cut the flaps for the box right along that score line. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's hard to verbalize what I'm doing, especially when I'm watching it back. But, you know, words are hard. So I'm using some of this roll-on adhesive to the flaps, and I'm going to form the box. I want the spine flaps attached to the bottom of the box, so you'll see what I mean. So right here, I'm going to connect those to the side that doesn't have the window. Super easy, right? To make it even more festive, of course, I'm adding glitter. Just using a dowel to dot here and there with Mod Podge. And then I'm going to add some Celadon glitter. And then we'll come back and add some red glitter too. I really just wanted this in, random places because some of it's going to get covered with greenery and whatnot. I'll list what printables I'm using in the description box so you can easily find them on Traci's Etsy page. I'm out here doing my own thing, but she has loads of different projects such as junk journal pages, digital paper designs, clip art, printable folders, collage sheets, ephemera, as well as every other paper craft you can think of. If you're familiar with the song, you know this line. You mean you forgot cranberries too? So I printed that out and cut it to fit into the box right in the bottom, and I hit the edges with red ink. I'm going to use 3-in-1 glue to attach it. So I did make sure that, the words were visible through the window. Otherwise, that would have been a waste of time. It was the look on this lady's face that immediately made me think of that cranberry line from the song. So she's the inspiration for this project, really. As you can see, I cut her out. And now she's getting some sparkle. I'm just dotting the fur around her face, and I'm going to sprinkle it with some glamour dust. I also printed her on white cardstock, just in case I didn't mention it. To give her a 3D effect, I glue a Dollar Tree wood cube to the box and I position her so that it looks like she's peeking around the corner of the box window. I trim out the window with red metallic pipe cleaners and hot glue. I did get these pipe cleaners from Dollar Tree too. Yeah, I wasn't digging that negative space between the lady and the text, so I'm adding red glitter dots, reminiscent of the cranberries she forgot. Some final embellishments, a berry sprig and a bow. And a present down here, and this cute green star. And my 80s Christmas homage is done. Perfect for a tiered tray or tucked into the branches of a tree. These wee boxes are addictive, so I'm making another. This time I'm using a journal insert from the North Pole Swim Club. This is, this cute red and white striped paper. Love it. And this time I'm going to ink the paper before I score the paper. But the process to make the box is exactly the same. And I'll list all the dimensions and all that for you also in the description box under the supplies. Okay, this time I'm also going to embellish the box first because I'm trimming the window with white puff paint and that takes time to dry. So I'm going to sprinkle that with chunky white iridescent glitter and I'm going to go all the way around the window. I'm telling you, I had so much fun making these boxes. I am going to make plenty more. My tree will be just coming down with them. I printed out this adorable Snow Folks ticket from the Retro Christmas Snowman Digital Christmas tickets. And in Photoshop, I overlaid it on some of that same striped paper that I used for the box. And I sized it to fit the bottom of the box. I also printed a second ticket and cut out the snow couple for a 3D effect. Let's get to adding our glitter. I'm just going to add a couple of dots of glamour dust on the bottom ticket. And on the 3D piece, I add some to their cheeks and some to their noses, boop, and to their hats. Let's assemble. Again, 3-in-1 glue to attach the ticket to the bottom of the box. Another cube right in the center of the couple. And I make sure that I align this couple with the one on the ticket. To embellish, how about this cute wee poinsettia? Matches her hat and has a retro vibe. This Dollar Tree Merry Christmas ornament also has a very vintage vibe. So let's add that up here. And a wee wreath in this corner. And we're done. Oh my gosh, how cute are they? Love them. Now this is a quick, double-sided, super kitschy ornament. I snagged these adorable mid-century Santas from one of the digital papers. Here's what the paper looks like. Isn't it adorable? Love. These Santas were just too cute, so I sized them in Photoshop and cut them out to suit my needs. I'm going to Mod Podge them onto a 4-inch wood circle that I've painted white. This is a really easy ornament to make, and it is super quick. I want to add this vinyl 25 sticker. I designed this in my Silhouette studio and cut it out. So I think I like it right here. Yeah, the Santa's hat will kind of cover part of it, but that's okay. I like the way that looks. I pounce over the area where the Santa's going to go with some Mod Podge. And I'm going to pounce over the 25 as well to seal it on there. I add Mod Podge to the back of the Santa too before applying him. I also sprayed a clear matte sealer over all of my printouts because I have an inkjet printer, and if you use Mod Podge, it'll smear the ink, so make sure you take that into consideration. And we'll add a top coat of Mod Podge to good old St. Nick too. I stamp on the letters DEC above the 25. December won't fit, so DEC will do. I hit the edges of the round with some red ink while we're at it. Let's do the other side. I'm using the full Santa for this side. I just think he is so stinking cute. He's walking up these wee packages that say Happy New Year. Adorable. We'll apply a top coat of Mod Podge to him too, and we'll ink him. Now let's glitter these guys up. I'm using chunky iridescent glitter on this side. I'm going to put it on some of the balls, Christmas balls on the tree, and in the fur on his jacket and hat, I think. On this side, I'm going to use glamour dust just in random places on Santa and the packages. To fill in the negative space on either side of Santa, I'm using glitter dots. So again, it's just Mod Podge. And I'm using the white iridescent, red, and green. I really wish I had a darker green glitter instead of the white, but I only have a neon green, so white it is. I trim the very edge with white tinsel rope. This way it's visible from both sides. I thread some baker string through the hole, add some jingle bells to the string, tie a knot, and we're done. Perfect for the tree or to embellish a package. This is the other Santa from that really cute paper I showed you. He's been sized, and I'm gluing 2 additional layers of cardstock to him for some extra body. And then I'm going to cut him out. Yeah, I just use, an Elmer's glue stick to do this. And he is going to top this mini Dollar Tree hat box. To decorate the box, I printed another sheet of that cool mid-century paper that I used in this first DIY. And I've cut it into 2 strips to the height of my box, and I glued the strips together so that it'll fit the circumference of the box. I'm going to Mod Podge that right around the box, and I'm going to leave a slight overhang at the bottom. I stamp the overhang every few inches. I'll apply some Mod Podge to them and fold them over the bottom of the box. That gives us a nice tidy bottom. I give it a top coat of Mod Podge to seal it. Let's paint the lid. I give the very top 2 coats of Ceramic Coat White, and I'll give the sides 2 coats of Ceramic Coat Watermelon. To really catch it up, I'm gluing this super thin Dollar Tree garland around the side of the lid. I mean, this stuff is super chintzy. Just perfect for this design. I'm hitting the bottom of the box with the distressing ink. It's that vintage photo again. I want this to look like it's been sitting in the attic for 50 years. You feel me? I found this Merry Christmas sign in my stash, so I'll grunge that up too. And I'm going to hot glue that to the front of the box. To give Santa extra support, I'll glue this craft stick to the back of him. I painted it with watermelon. I'll hot glue some of these Dollar Tree bottle brushes to the rear of my box. I glue a mini cube to the box, and then I'll glue Santa to the cube. I covered the top of the box with snow text to hide the different stands of the trees and, to give it some texture. And of course, we need to add some glitter to give it some sparkle. Of course we do. And to finish this off, I'm going to attach these foam holly leaves in front of Santa. This is another stash find. I just added the green glitter. I add a few red jingle bells as holly berries. I got these at the Dollar Tree too. And we are done. I think this is the kitschiest thing I ever made. Absolutely dime store chic. Here's a final look at my Mischief and Mistletoe KITSCH collection. I really had so much fun doing this. I want to thank Traci of Traci Vanover Designs for all of the fabulous digital artwork. Please be sure to check out her Etsy shop. She absolutely has something for every style and taste. You can't miss. You'll find a link to her Etsy shop, as well as links to Dawn and Martina's channels, and the playlist in the description box. You'll also find a list of my supplies, including the digital artwork that I used. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Stay creative, my friends. Thanks for hanging with me. See you next time. Up all night with Monica.